Hello, today we're going to be doing the May 2023 Edexcel paper 1, the higher tier, which is a non-calculator paper. And we're going on to now question 5. Question 5 is, you can see some Venn diagrams and you can see some sets that they've given at the top of the page. So this question is about sets, about filling in a Venn diagram, because it says complete the Venn diagram, and then if we look underneath, it says a number is chosen at random from the universal set. B, find the probability that this number is in the set B dashed. So there are maybe a few questions that should be going through your mind at this point. So question 1 is that, do you know do I remember set notation? Because obviously that is a part of this question. What else do we need to think about? You can see the curly E here. So this curly E here, what does that stand for? Now, if you read the question carefully, sometimes the question will give you the information that you maybe can't remember or you want to be sure of if you just read the whole question through before you even begin. So if you look further down, if you look underneath the diagram of the Venn diagram, you can see a number chosen at random from the universal set E. So that there is the universal set, meaning that that's the set of everything that we're considering, and then we have some subsets here. So A and B are subsets of the universal set, meaning that the members of A and the members of B are going to come from the universal set. So we need to make sure that you know odd numbers, even square numbers, that shouldn't be a problem, but you want to know where will each of those numbers be placed in the diagram. Where will they be placed in the diagram? Okay, so that's what we need to think about as well. Where will the numbers be placed in the diagram? Now, where will each number be placed in the diagram? If we go on to part B, it says find the probability that this number is in the set B dashed. Again, we need to think about this. What does B dashed? What is that? We know that B is the set of square numbers. We know that B is the set of square numbers, but what is this? Do we know what this is? What does B dashed mean? What does the dash stand for? What are we expected to understand from that? Okay, so we know that E is the universal set. You're going to have to think about the odd numbers, the square numbers, where each of them is going to go, where each of those numbers from the universal set is going to go within your diagram. And then you're going to have to work out the probability of the numbers in the set B dashed. But first of all, you're going to have to think about, what does B dash mean? It's obviously not B, so what does it mean? Pause the video, think, try the question, and then come back and we'll do the question together. Okay, so you're back, and let's have a look at these numbers here. We have the set A, which is odd numbers. So out of the universal set, which ones are odd numbers? We have 1, odd numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. And the set B is square numbers. So which are the square numbers from that universal set? 1 is a square number because 1 times 1 is 1. 2 is not. 3 is not. 4 is a square number because 2 times 2 is 4. 5 is not. 6 not. 7, 8, 9 is a square number, and 10 isn't. So now you have the members of set A and the members of set B. Which ones are not in any set? So let's cross out the ones that we've already used. We've used 1. We haven't used 2, we've used 3, we've used 4, not 5, not 6. Oh, we have used 5, sorry, yes, because obviously that's an odd number. We have used 5. So we've used 3, we've used 5, we haven't used 6, because that's neither an odd number nor a square number. We've used 7, we haven't used 8, we've used 9, and we haven't used 10. And we haven't used 10, okay? And we haven't used 8. So the numbers that we haven't used are 2, 6, 8, we've used 9, and 10. So where do each of these numbers go? Well, the numbers that first have a look at the A and the members of set A and the members of set B. Are there any which are in both? 1 is in both. 1 is an odd number and a square number. And 9 is in both because 9 is also an odd number and a square number. So 9 and 1 will go here. And this, if you remember, is called the intersection. It's the intersection of sets A and B, meaning it's the point which contains all the members of both sets. Contains all and only the members of both sets. In set A, what do we have left then? We have 3, 5, and 7. And in set B, we have 4. What happens to the numbers that we haven't used from the universal set? Well, they are still members of the universal set, but they don't belong to either of these subsets, so they remain outside of the 2 subsets, but within the universal set. Okay? And now we've done what they've asked us to. We've completed the Venn diagram for this information. Now, the question in part B is, what is this number that is in this? What is the probability that the number you pick at random is in the set B dashed? What does B dashed mean? B dashed means not in B. Not in B. So we're looking at all the numbers which are not in set B. So 4 is in set B, 1 is in set B, and 9 is in set B. So we're not going to use those. We're going to look at the ones which are not in set B. So although 1 and 9 are in set A as well, because they are also in set B, we're not going to consider that because we're only looking for the numbers which are not in set B. So the numbers not in set B, we've got 2, 6, 8, 10, 3, 5, 7. That's 7 numbers altogether that are not in set B. There are 10 numbers altogether in the universal set. So the probability of not in set B is 7 over 10. If you have any questions, put them in the comments and I'm happy to answer them for you.